You bully me like that.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a skididdle.
I don't give a skididdle about that.
I gotta clean my fucking place up.
All right. Well, I'm Spencer.
I don't know who I am anymore.
I'm Spencer.
I'm a bully.
And I just killed the orphan of cops.
You did. And this is the itch. What?
Don't tap.
Just stay away from it, JD.
Okay, you're the one who's getting vibrated on all the time. You get all these texts.
Yeah.
I'm very tech savvy.
Everyone likes you, wants to be friends with you. Bullshit.
You're not helping your case for not being a bully. You're really not.
Maybe I actually like being a bully. Maybe that's what.
This is podcast episode
63.
63. At 69, we're wearing thongs. Don't forget.
Yeah. That happened to me.
Spencer, what have you been playing this weekend?
I have been playing. Sorry, I'm trying to get the stream up so I can read the comments.
Spencer, what have you been playing?
Answer the question.
Idiot!
I have been playing Dragon Quest VII
Only? Exclusively?
and League of Legends
And LOL?
and LOL.
LOL!
I'm trying to stream it every day at 8 to 10, and there's in that.
I know. I keep missing.
And
them. I saw
ignoring.
2 of them.
And I do ignore the chat. I do
All the
apologize.
time.
It's very difficult. My second monitor isn't working, so I can't just like turn my head. I literally have to look at my phone.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Hey, guess what, guys? I only got one monitor. Now let's pay attention, yeah.
But I
What have you
can't.
been playing, Rosie?
What have I been playing?
What have you been playing?
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Which one?
Triple?
that
The trilogy. It's a
That doesn't
trilogy.
matter.
The trilogy.
The trilogy?
The trilogy.
That's cool, man.
If you guys want to be happy, haven't played one bit of WoW. Not even a minute.
No one cares
Exactly.
about WoW.
Exactly. Not anymore.
No knock? No?
I got on League of Legends, but I got on the wrong time, so I got off.
Depressing!
What do you mean you got on the wrong time?
I got on like 6:58.
All the monsters were out.
Yeah,
You had to hide.
yeah, and then everyone was just ganking me, and then everyone yelled at me,
Everyone was ganking.
and then I turned into the bully after that day. A monster.
Why don't you play with us?
Hmm?
Why don't you play with us?
Oh, I don't know, man. I will. I'll play with you.
Okay.
I don't like to bring you guys down because you guys are.
We don't care. I just want to play.
So good. And I'm
I know
so
we're
bad.
good. I know we're good. So good. What are you playing?
Have you guys
Good. I
done?
just heard a lot of bitching when I was
Hey.
watching. What is he doing?
good. Nobody's as good as me.
Why is no one as good as me? I'm so MLG. I'm so godless.
Oh God, I got a pentakill. Where's everyone else?
Jesus, push! Engage! Why aren't you engaging?
Engaging my ass. Hole.
All right, so we're not that good. But anyway, what is up, JD? What have you been playing?
What have you been playing?
Come on, guys. No.
No, I don't. That's why I asked.
Street Fighter.
What?
Street Fighter.
Who is this guy?
You don't play Street Fighter
Get him
anymore?
out of here. Overwatch.
You don't play Street Fighter anymore?
I still do on occasion, but I mainly play Overwatch.
So,
Damn it, Spencer! You unplug the power first before you.
No, the internet.
It doesn't matter.
you ruined his internet.
Matter.
JD's upset now.
Yes.
JD.
Turn it off and you turn it back on.
JD.
Oh no!
Don't be mad.
I'm sorry, JD. I didn't know.
Yeah. So that's it for what we've been playing.
Oh
Quick.
yeah, really? We're done?
Oh, you got more?
I have more.
pretty sure I didn't say I was done.
I didn't say I was done either, but you guys still cut me off.
What else have you been playing?
Pillars of Eternity.
Good for you. Moving on.
It's great.
Ouch.
He doesn't care.
Well, JD, what have you been playing?
Yeah, JD. What's all?
Shit, I'm the one that matters.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I've been playing Overwatch, and then also
You said that.
Also
what, JD?
I'm playing a lot of Bloodborne to make sure the stream goes well.
We heard you.
We still killed some people, so that's good. Got a few more to kill.
Yeah, we heard you the first time.
I don't fucking care about it.
JD, you love this. You love it. Funny thing is, you brought it up the first time.
Yeah, brought it up because I'm preemptive. Me?
Because
This argument would only work if you never brought it up.
I was like, man, I'm so happy to see you. And then the first time you got up there, I know you want to do.
Yeah, see, look what he's doing.
Yeah, no, that's the rendition that you
All
do.
according to plan.
Everything.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah. My name is JD, and I think I'm good at Bloodborne, but I'm really not.
She's the girl that cries on the voicemail.
Oh, I'm doing a different.
The car.
No, I'm doing a whole different thing.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
show y'all that one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, show me. Anyway, but figured we would start talking about the subject matter at hand today.
What's the matter of subject?
Matter of subject is graphics in video games.
What?
Do they matter?
No, they don't matter.
I completely disagree. I think they do matter quite a bit.
No, because
Okay, well, yeah, let's take our stances then, I guess.
yeah.
As a quick yes or no without explaining more.
Oh no, I was gonna say something, but I thought you were saying something
go
when you
ahead, go
said
ahead.
yes,
No, I say yes. Yeah.
and then you were
Yes,
like,
sir,
I thought you, okay, no, because games are based on mechanics and they can deal with around the graphics with their art style. I'm gonna bring up a little game to you called maybe you may not.
Well,
heard
you're
of
saying
it.
you're saying art style and
Let
graphics
him
are different.
finish.
Oh, so you're gonna interrupt me?
God.
Okay.
What are you?
I thought you were gonna bat away.
you
I
Voldemort?
thought you were gonna bat away my hand again.
Like-
I didn't. Okay.
Like
Let me bring up two games.
Alright, come here.
A, Undertale, a little thing called Undertale. How great was that game?
The sequel.
That game wasn't graphically impressive, but it dealt around with that with art style. I'm gonna bring up another game for you. God damn it. The Order.
1886.
1886.
1986. This guy.
Prettiest game in the world. No one's talking about that game now. People still talk about Undertale.
I actually wanted to go and play that one.
You actually want to play
Again.
18?
It's cheap now.
Yeah, it's super cheap.
Oh, well, now you
I still like how it looks. Still looks nice.
Yeah, so you're going to play for 5 hours? Maybe on a lunch break?
You know, I reviewed it, right?
Yeah.
Wait, you reviewed it? I thought Eric did.
No, he
I
did.
Was that you?
No,
Remember,
sir.
I just submit you the stuff. I was out of town. and
Oh,
I just
you're
submitted
right,
this
you're
thing.
right.
It took forever.
Yeah.
I remember that. See, JD?
One of the few times I edited a video. It was crazy.
It was fun, though.
It was fun.
So,
I
let me bring up
don't
that
think
game.
you liked how
No one's talking about that game. Only reason y'all talking about it now is because it's cheap. But guess what? Y'all ain't going to talk about it again after you buy it and play it for 2 hours, for 30 minutes.
All right.
Graphics don't matter. It just matters in what the substance is. That's him. Oh, is that me?
How about you focus on your topic?
Yeah, keep going.
I am going.
Just talk.
We
pay you to talk.
Go.
You pay me nothing.
I know.
So you get what you get. But like I said, graphics don't matter. Because
Okay.
all it is the substance of gameplay, mechanics, art style. There's been games in which like M+, which is a platformer. It's like a little arcade game. Still, people play the game. It's an amazing game. It doesn't look great, but people still play it. The Impossible game. I can name like a whole bunch of games that look like crap, but guess what? They play perfectly fine.
Okay.
What about you? What about your graphics? You PC master race.
I feel like Spencer's like got a trap card or something like that.
Yeah, he's actually.
It's bad when he's the one that makes the topic because then he's like, I know what I'm gonna say before
No,
they do.
I just pulled out of my butt. Like we're playing, like somebody was just fighting me and I was a Bloodborne character. So, and JD just came and ripped it out.
Yeah, just claw them. Just give me the guts.
I would have to say, I would argue. Well, for one, you said graphics don't matter, art style matters. I was kind of assuming they were the same thing. Like I know people say graphics would be power, like pixels and quantity and 1080p, yada yada yada.
Well, it's also like lighting and the engine. And
Yeah.
But I think that mixes with art style. I think the two go hand in hand. You can have something that's graphically powerful, I know, and not have any sense of art style, like
That's what I'm saying. Well,
like
then
pure realism.
Well, it's a little. It still has an art style, but it's minimal.
yeah, well then you're kind of making my point, aren't you? When you say that, when you say that a game can be graphically strong but artistically weak. That seems like a difference rather than like a similarity hand in hand.
Sure. Well, but I think they go hand in hand of using the graphics to complement to make sure your art style works. So I definitely think graphics matter to choose which kind of art style you're going to go with to make sure that what you want to do you can accomplish. Yeah, I mean you could argue that the graphics are not strong in Undertale. You can use that, but I think they did what they needed to do with those graphics to make it powerful enough to get that art style that they wanted. I don't see art style and graphics as completely separate. I see them going together.
Let me ask you something, my friend. And I'm going to bring you in here, JD, in a second. You play a lot of handhelds.
Yeah.
I saw that Metroid Prime Federation Force. Does not look good.
You're wrong. I think it looks great.
I mean, it doesn't look
Tell me
good.
what's wrong. It's an opinion.
I just think it doesn't look good compared to like games.
Opinions can be wrong when they're coming to this guy.
Damn. You gonna take that? I'm an instigator. I'm not the.
No.
I'm the instigator.
I'm just gonna let him have his thing. He wants to say I'm wrong. He can say I'm wrong. This is just a debate, a topic,
It's not a debate. It's a discussion.
No, it's about to be a debate.
It's a discussion.
Because
You're both wrong now.
So you're saying that like because the Wii U is inferior in graphics or strength wise, then sorry, I freaked out. Then it's inferior console just because of that alone. Would you say that?
Inferior console because it's worse graphics.
Yeah.
No, I would
Okay.
never say that.
Okay, just asking. Just a simple question. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Sean?
It's good up.
Guys, sorry I'm late. I woke up pretty late today.
You look tired.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said you look tired.
Yeah, I feel tired.
Anyway, keep going.
Oh, inferior console. So you never say that, right?
No, heavens no. I love the Wii U.
Exactly.
You might need to get turned this way more.
Oh, yes. Let me get closer. Okay. So, the topic of the day, man, is graphics. Do they matter?
Do they matter?
Yeah.
Does size matter?
Yeah. Does the EP
God.
matter?
So we all look like relatively.
Yeah, you need to get a little closer?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Hey, no, please. I
Just get right in here.
No, not
So Rosie, keep going.
So, yeah. But a lot of internet people brag about that, though. About, like, how it is an inferior console because of this graphical power.
So I do want to tell you, I've looked up the definition of graphics. You ready for this?
Okay.
The products of the graphic arts, especially commercial design or illustration.
Okay, so
3, visual, and the 2 is the use of diagrams and calculation design, whatever. Visual images produced by computer processing. The use of computers linked to display screens to generate and manipulate visual images.
okay, so you're saying that art style just goes hand in hand with it,
Yeah, I think that they can be combined.
which then confirms my point about the whole Undertale thing about like it doesn't matter what the graphics are; it just matters what you can do with them.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, does that matter
Yeah.
to a game?
Well, yeah, I guess.
I think it definitely does.
If you're gonna say
there are
that,
people
then
that
I can't really make a distinction. A distinction between,
Differentiate?
yeah, the two, because like it's not really graphics I really care about. I don't care that my character looks like 720p and all that crap. I just want to make sure that your character, if the game runs well.
What do you call it? Visuals.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I thought that was art style, but apparently those two go hand in hand.
Yeah, like you could kind of say graphics and visuals are the same thing. In which case, like an eclectic style like Undertale could be called good graphics in many ways.
Yeah, it depends, because an Undertale you would say, you probably wouldn't say the graphics are strong. You would say the graphics are
Different.
stylized.
Stylistic, yeah, sure. No, that's real. I mean, this is like, that game 13. Did you guys ever play 13? I mean, it's a cell shading game.
Yeah, it's a GameCube game.
13 was like that. It was one of the first ones like that. And then there was No More Heroes. No More Heroes was like that too. And it's a great game.
But they jack off all the time.
Killer is dead.
But there are people, and I'd probably put myself in this pool that say that they can only play games of certain caliber of graphics. And I would put myself in that pool, unfortunately, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But this is kind of hard.
Like
It's for worse.
I think we all draw a line.
Yeah, like honestly, NES games really hard for me to get into.
Yeah.
They do not look very good. Some of them have good gameplay mechanics. I mean, Mega Man, I think all of us can probably just sit and play Mega Man. We'd be fine. But
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Kirby.
yeah,
Kirby's Dream Land.
but there are games that, I mean, I don't really give them the time of day because I don't know them and they look like shit.
I mean,
Yes.
to a certain degree, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's only so much you can stomach before you're
Right.
like, I can't play this. Especially if it just doesn't look good, like to the point where you cannot functionally play the game.
You know what game that I would love if it didn't look like garbage? Is 7 Days to Die. 7
Yeah.
Days to Die is right up my alley.
Yeah, Marcos kept trying to get us to play that.
Dude, I bought that game because of Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing and I'm like, dude, this was made for PS2? Like, what? This looks like dog shit.
But
But,
ugly.
here's the thing about that. It's just like, there's so much like screen tearing and frames per second just skipping. Like when you're shooting your bow and arrow, you don't know where that thing's gonna go sometimes. So it's like, it's more, for me it was more mechanically. It was like, okay, I'm hitting this thing. I'm not seeing it functionally like break or shatter, which I guess goes into graphics, and all of a sudden, it did something. Okay, I'm on to something now. Let me just keep hitting these rocks over and over again until I get enough rocks so I can make a axe.
Like, you know what game I would have a really hard time playing, which is a true shame, but I would have a very hard time playing Metal Gear Solid on the PS1.
Ooh, really?
Well, why would you play it on PS1? Just play it on GameCube.
So careful with that, because the die-hard Metal Gear Solid fans don't like that game. They think
What?
they think the cutscenes are a travesty.
What?
I disagree.
Cutscenes are great!
I think they're fine.
What?
The cutscenes in the Twin Snakes.
No. I don't like how over the top those stupid things are.
How what? Over the top?
Yeah.
That's Metal Gear.
Right, that's what I say.
That's 100%
Flipping
Metal
over
Gear.
a missile.
Yes, that's Metal Gear.
No.
Welcome to the party.
No.
I mean, Revolver Ocelot is ricocheting bullets off the walls.
But that's actually physically possible.
Psycho Mantis. That's all I have to say.
Psycho Mantis is fine. He has nanomachines.
Oh, Jesus.
But someone like, okay, let's do this rocket. All right, let's go. He literally jumps off
Yes.
a rocket.
Metal Gear Solid 3, was it Snake or the Ava with the motorcycle?
Backflip
Right.
kicks.
Gives a backflip kick against Revolver Ocelot.
You never done that?
Yeah.
You never done that.
Once, but it was lucky.
What about the bee
Exactly,
guy
but
in
you
that?
didn't.
Just the bee guy.
Yeah, the guy shooting bees out of his mouth.
But he's controlling them.
Oh, okay, well that makes more
magic.
sense. You fixed it now. Now I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
He was a bee magician,
Well,
obviously.
Focus, back on task.
What about Vamp?
But yeah. So Metal Gear Solid, the first one, PS1, would be pretty difficult for me to play graphically.
Yeah.
Remember the head? It's all just one blocky head, and he just kind of goes up and down when he speaks.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's great.
The original Max Payne would probably be hard. Because they took the actual voice actors, like, facing you all the time.
All right, here's one for you though. Phantasy Star Online doesn't look great graphically.
Yeah, it's pretty bland.
Exactly. I'll still play shit out of that.
Just for nostalgia, though.
No, I like that game.
Okay.
There are better options.
I
I,
mean,
gave you that game right
think-
now.
I would play it right now.
What, name one, right now.
Champions, Return to Arms. It's
Yeah.
a much better game.
He's right.
But does it satisfy my sci-fi fantasy itch?
No,
I'm just curious, because...
because this is more.
That's why I
Mega-
like Phantasy Star.
Isn't that kind of cruel though?
How's
like
that cruel?
Fantasy Star is barely sci-fi.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. barely.
It's sci-fi in that you have like
It's all sci-fi.
Yeah. You know what the story
You don't even know
You don't even know the story.
You piece of shit.
yeah. Oh, the story of Fantasy
It's so
Star
good.
Online.
It's a story to
There's
Phantasy
a
Star.
I'm
story.
sure it's really
Yeah, man, let me
good.
read
Yes.
this,
I'm
son.
sure it's a great story.
Someone's eating the earth right now. doing nothing to stop it.
They have to land and like deal with this planet.
Yeah.
That's got foreign entities on it, and they have laser guns and laser swords and all kinds of other lasers and mags.
It's
Yeah,
a
man.
skin. It's a sci-fi skin. It could
Is it
easily.
because there's a whole gun class? Think about that.
It's a skin.
It's not a skin, dude.
You could
And
you
then
could say you could.
you
Oh
have
my god!
In classic,
float around
Oh my
you.
god! You could say Star Wars is a skin of Lord of the Rings.
it is.
Whoa.
No, you're thinking too
Star
much
Wars,
into it.
Star Trek would be like really like science
Right,
fiction.
okay.
Star Wars could easily be a Western. It could easily be
Samurai.
a samurai. It could easily be a classic mythology.
All right,
Actually-
you could say that of any like hero's story.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying
Then
is,
what is a
what I'm
genre
saying
if you
is-
say that? What
Well,
is
it would
what is
be-
a setting when you say that?
I'm just
Then
saying.
you're throwing it out the window. Let it be
You're a
sci-fi.
son of a
It's
bitch.
sci-fi.
I'm just saying. You're saying does it scratch a sci-fi itch? I'm saying. Well, I mean, theoretically, Champions is not a sci-fi game, but if you just added lasers,
It's a
to
preference. It's a no.
Then it would
Just-
be a sci-fi game.
what you
Right,
saying,
it
there's something-
would.
something different.
If you added a lightsaber to it, I guess it's a sci-fi game.
If you-
No,
Not if you added
MU
lightsaber.
Online, an old isometric online game. It was all fantasy. Guess what? They put in lightsabers in that game at a certain level. I think it was like 35 or something. You could use them. It was still a fucking fantasy game. It was still like mythology and all that shit.
I know.
It doesn't suddenly turn it sci-fi. It's not, oh my god, now there's lightsabers. This
must be sci-fi.
Yeah, no, there was still fucking magic. There was still fucking, we need to defeat the wall of the Battle of the North. That's all it was. It's sci-fi. Play the game more.
like here's the difference. So Bloodborne is very much.
Don't go after my heart.
Bloodborne is very specific in what it's shooting.
for his heart.
Right.
They've got a very strong story, a very strong case for this is H.P. Lovecraft
This is Victorian
Dark.
era.
story. You
Gothic.
can't just take that game and be like, well, let's just put it in space. Like it's definitely very rooted in one situation.
Right.
Phantasy Star Online.
For someone who doesn't
I don't
know the
think you
story,
played enough
I
of
don't
it.
think you played the game.
Because there's even bosses that you have to fight that are cybernetic.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
Right, but
You
they
don't know
could-
shit about
Hey,
shit.
switch the topic.
Could it
You don't know
just
shit.
be a dragon?
You don't know what the fuck you're
Could
talking
it not
about.
just be a dragon?
Oh, that's the first boss. We moved on past that. Now we're fighting cybernetic shit.
I'm
Let
just
it
saying-
happen.
Just you don't know.
But these are
You know.
graphical skins that are making these games.
Can I just say something about Bloodborne really quick?
Go ahead.
So I played through it again.
Did you do the Old Hunters yet?
I haven't. I just got the Chikage, and I actually stopped playing because I started playing Fallout 4 again.
Ooh,
and I played all the way through that. That was interesting, but pointless. So no, I just got the Chikage, and I just got into Yara Ghul, but it made me interested in the lore, and so I dug so deeply, spent so much time on the lore of Bloodborne. I've watched like several hour-long videos on it. I found a book,
Oh, it's a PDF about
the Pale Blood Hunt.
Yeah.
It's 155 pages. So I had Siri just read it to me while I was in my car, and it's so goddamn deep. Like, to what happens in the beginning, you know, with like Lawrence and Willem.
Some would say it's deeper than the ocean.
No, it's
I
not.
see what you did, but
It's not that.
How could you even say that?
Stop it.
No one, unless someone got it, though. Thank you, JD.
I still don't really know, after all of this, what the pale blood is. Is the pale blood the blood of the old ones?
It's just white blood cells.
Alright, son of a bitch.
It's metachlorine.
You ever get
I-
like a
I-
cut?
I was-
Platelets?
There you
I'm
go.
pretty sure I know what it is, and I'd tell you, but it's a spoiler,
Okay.
so I'll tell you after.
I say, yeah, you should have just went to him. We can give it to you in like 30 minutes.
Is it the... I want to say maybe it's the blood of the old one that guards the pale moon, or the pale moon old one, or something? Red moon old one?
Well, the thing is the old ones still bleed blood,
Right.
so it's not.
That's the old blood.
Yeah, but it's just at the end of the day, it's still red. It's not pale.
Oh, I see.
So that's the thing. It's like, what is the pale blood?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Alright, well, we'll talk after this. Maybe it's a Thumerian thing? I don't know.
So, getting back to graphics and games.
Wait, no. The I'm sorry. Old ones do bleed white, but most you don't fight hardly any pale. What's it called?
Lyle?
When we fought, what's his balls?
Real old ones?
Cause?
When we fought the orphan of Kaz, he is an old, or he's a great one. So
Okay.
the great ones coming.
Most of them are kin, right? Like, the vacuous spider is kin.
he's not.
It's not a full great one.
He's not even remotely. He's a human-made
Yeah.
species. Yeah.
They're like, when you kill it, you get kin, like the blood something
Well, that's just blood.
kin. Yeah, but there's the theory that they tried that he or she Ram
It's a
tried
she.
to elevate herself to the level of a great one, but only ended up becoming like a cosmic kin or kin of the cosmos or whatever they're called.
It's like celestial, like MCV.
Right.
So, back
Another time.
graphics.
Yeah, okay.
Graphics.
Sorry.
Do they matter?
It is
What
fucking
was-
fascinating though.
What's your opinion on the graphics?
I'm letting y'all talk.
Oh, okay. I kind of said my. What was your opinion on graphics?
Oh, I think visuals matter 100%. We all draw a line. I think even people that say they don't draw a line draw a line.
Yeah, well, I'm in a
Draw a
big...
line at Chibi.
Yeah, I know, you hate that shit. I'm in a retro community, basically, almost exclusively. Which is, to
Crazy.
be honest, kind of annoying. I think they're a very strange, hypocritical group of people.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. And the constant argument there is graphics don't matter. They say, I can look at a NES game and it looks just as good, if not better, than a new game.
I
think
saw,
that's the
I saw The Last
think
of
it
Us
is-
and I said that game looked like shit.
pretty much, it's really painful because they'll be like watching a game, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm playing like this NES game, it was tight, and and then they'll talk about like, oh, I was just playing through Metal Gear Solid 5. It's like, does it have to look like that? Like, why? And they'll
Why-
just,
why
like
does it look
nitpicking
like
the
that?
graphics, and then they go and play a game that's like literally 8-bit
Right.
and be totally okay with it. I think it's an attitude that people have.
They're into it.
Like what do you call them? What are those guys?
Hipsters.
Hipsters. Thank you, hipsters. Like it's like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, why would you buy that name brand shit? You know, it looks alright, but look at my pants here. It has a hole in it. Your pants there with designer holes in them.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Not cool, bro.
Some people
never
want to be
would've thought
contrivist
that.
too. Like
Yeah,
there are
contrivist is
people
pretty
that really want to just go against whatever the status quo is.
It's ironic too because the games that they're playing were status quo.
Back then.
In
You
a
have to
different
age
time.
a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll like MGS5, but when we're already on like
MGS 10.
Yeah.
I hope not.
People that collect records and they play.
Yeah, the classic Zeppelin.
It's got a better sound.
I did that.
If they were,
sorry.
if they were live
I'm
during
so sorry.
Rave.
What did what?
I started collecting records like
I think that's cool.
3 or 4 years ago. I did that for a while.
Yeah, automatic.
It's
record
okay
player.
if you do it, but it's for the
I
sake
had
of
a,
also-
yeah, I had a
it's
decent
about-
record player.
That's kind of.
It's
I got some
it's very
Alkaline Trio
expensive.
records
Oh,
right
break
over there.
It's super expensive. It's a really like each one you're gonna spend like $30 to $60.
I was gonna grab some Star Wars ones because I saw the Empire Strikes Back soundtrack
Cool.
at
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble. I was like, oh, I kind of want to get that.
Yeah.
But I don't have a record player, so it's not
You're
like I can
like,
listen.
oh.
But I just like the decoration. I think they look cool.
I got a lot of
That's
80s
nice
classics.
little design.
Black Sabbath. I got like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden.
That's tight.
Yeah.
See, it's cool to have them.
It's interesting, but you also kind of I feel like a dick for owning them.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
a little bit. Like record player, it sounds warmer.
It sounds yeah.
I just like it better than digital.
Yeah.
like I feel like a real piece of shit. So
Yeah.
keep them.
Well,
on
as
the
long as you don't take that tone with it, I'm quite sure people will be okay.
Nope,
That's
they're
the
not okay.
They're not okay?
They're not okay with that.
Yeah.
So I don't advertise it.
Well, but some people with graphics, some people are like that a lot, and it really does bother me because there are people that it's their profession to make things look good, and there are people, some really good artwork out there, especially in video games. I mean, because that's what our hobby is. I mean, there's some incredibly good-looking games that people have taken, like Bloodborne. That they've taken painstaking efforts to make sure it looks beautiful. The contrast, like I was saying, with the red versus the
Don't
gray.
say who it was.
I will, okay. But the contrast there, I wouldn't even know. I mean, it was with an M. Yeah. Anyway, that M girl, yo.
Yeah,
Metroid?
but even before that, with
Mark.
the living failures.
Yes.
That's another thing.
I mean, the graphics in these games, people took really good efforts to make it look good. There's people whose specialty it is to make it look good. Metal Gear Solid 3, there's scenes in that will always look good because of how the graphics look. And if you just throw it out and say, well, it's not 8-bit, it's really insulting. And,
Yeah.
So if you look at a movie, part of the pluses of a movie are cinematography, sound design, story.
Of course.
All these are major parts
Special
of
effects.
it. It'd be like saying in a movie, let's not even worry. Let's just not even have a screen. Let's just make it like a audio and that they're telling a story.
You know what it is? It's like the Wes Anderson films sometimes. Like I feel like that's the argument. Like that's the equivalent of 8-bit.
Yeah.
It's Wes Anderson shit. When they do like a little cartoon, like in Life Aquatic, like
Yeah.
when they do the cartoon fish,
Mhm.
like instead of the visuals, let's just do this because it's so different.
Yeah, less is more. That's like one of my favorite movies, by the way.
So different. I like that movie, but it is that.
Yeah. It's so minimalistic.
Yeah. Let's just
Yeah.
make it very stylistic instead.
But it's so you're losing the art if you ignore graphics. If you just say graphics don't matter. And I guess there are text-based games out there, and that's fine.
No, it's not. No, it isn't.
We do play D&D.
Yeah, that kind of. Okay, that's
everyone's
a
imagination.
speech game, then.
The imagination is the best
concept.
graphics you'll ever have.
It's not the same.
It's the best graphics.
D&D is about socializing with a group of like-minded individuals.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a social
Like-minded.
experiment with a board game, whereas like a text adventure video game,
You're by yourself,
You're-
in your underwear,
you're sitting in your room.
and just
Pants off.
eating
Yeah,
Doritos.
I just said
and
You're eating Doritos?
You're drinking Mountain Dew through a funnel.
Yep.
Pour,
The only way to
pour
do
it. Actually,
2-liter
you
Code
have to
Red
do that?
into your funnel,
Yeah.
and it just hoses down into your gullet.
Hose my gullet with this Mountain Dew.
You need those empty calories. Lord knows.
You need them to keep going because it's gonna take everything in you to not kill yourself when you play the text adventure games.
What was that game with the? It was just live action, but you had to like search based on like it's like a whole bunch of videos you had to look at. Her story. That game wasn't like graphically impressive. If anything, I'll call it like kind of a text-based
I wouldn't
game.
even call it a game, partly. I mean, I'd have to look at it again,
But you know,
that's you're getting into a real gray area.
Am
with
I?
a lot of stuff.
But I think there were graphical
elements.
elements. I mean,
well, yeah, I guess
there's
with
a
her
there's-
acting.
there's such a thing as visual storytelling, and if
No, her acting was good.
if
she's saying
graphics are
graphically.
done correctly and art style is done correctly, you can still tell a story just through that.
I'm having a hard time.
Great example.
You kind of blew my mind with the whole graphics and art style, the same thing. So I kind of like had to sit back for a little bit
That blew your mind?
because I'm just like I
It changes things.
because I always it changes like my whole perspective now because I'm like, well, graphics are the same and everything's the same.
Well, they have to play with each other. They have to make sure that they marriage correctly. But one good example would be Super Metroid. I use that one a lot. The gameplay wise is fine and everything, but the story is told through the graphics. You can easily argue that without the graphics being so strong in that game, there wouldn't be like the mythos around that series. They have things like when you're walking by a corpse, there's like bugs that are eating out of the corpse, which is dark for Super Nintendo shit. But you can tell, okay, from that I can glean that while nobody's telling me this directly, there's like an infestation here, something happened where there were bugs and yada yada yada.
And they're eating
And
it.
it's
And then you walk
gross.
further through it.
Hey, speaking of that, you remember the time that you're playing No Man's Sky and you see that crazy thing that's growing out of a house, and you're like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I bet this plant is infested, and it turns out it's not.
Yeah.
It's just that one house, and then you find out that there's 1 billion of those houses.
That's the problem when you introduce
No Man's Sky, everybody.
computer generated content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Computers, as great as they are not artists. Unfortunately, they haven't reached that level yet.
So true.
So when you have that, you got to keep in mind that as far as visual storytelling goes, there isn't going to be a whole lot going on.
Imagine if there was a planet
We,
that was
have
like infested.
we really need to have a topic to talk about that too. Linear games versus open world.
I don't know where that came at all.
I used to love open world games. I die-hard open world games fan. Now I fucking hate them. I don't know if it's because I'm older or if I just realized how shitty they are.
I think with any kind of genre like that, there are people that do it really, really well. Rockstar.
Witcher,
Yeah,
Red
that's true.
Project.
And then
Witcher, yeah.
and so what you always
CD
see is
Projekt.
when you see the revolution of that, you're like, oh my god, open world games are great. Like these games that just came out, which is Grand Theft Auto 3,
Red Dead Redemption.
Sure, but these games
Rockstar.
were.
Just
What
don't
I'm
say
saying,
Rockstar.
what I'm saying is at the beginning,
Okay.
they're pioneered by the best. They're pioneered by those people that can do it really, really well. And then everyone else kind of jumps on board. And it's like, hey, we should make our game open world. Let's make Batman an open world game because that's what's popular. And then you're like, okay, here's an example of it not done very well. And it's not done to the strength of the product. And that's when you get, like, open world is kind of shitty if you're not good at it.
Yeah. You know what game I wish was not open world now? Like I wish they made something that wasn't open world is Elder Scrolls.
Yes, I'm 100%.
That's an interesting idea. Why do you think that?
Oh, I would
Isn't that the main
love-
draw of that game? Isn't
It
it?
is.
For some people, yes, it's just all about exploring the world. But I would like an actual fucking good story.
Yeah.
Like not
Does it not have a good story?
It's got a good story,
Yeah,
but
I-
a story on rails where they actually design everything. Ooh. Even if it wasn't super constrictive, like even in the same vein as like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, like they allow you to kind of go around different areas while on your adventure.
But they're gated stuff, and there's paths.
Yeah, I'd love for some paths to be implemented in Elder Scrolls, right?
Yes.
Well, then correct me if I'm wrong though, but I'm sure I am because I don't play either of those games. But isn't Dark Souls basically that?
What do you mean?
Basically what?
Elder Scrolls on rails?
Well,
Or somewhat more.
Definitely not.
Without a story in your face, for
With
sure.
without like a major story being thrown at you.
Or like
NPCs,
dialogue options.
yeah.
Because I thought Dark Souls had the whole like. Oh, I guess you're right. Because NPCs are a bigger deal in Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls. I
yeah.
think.
Because you kind of have to talk to them. Yeah. Sometimes
But it still gives you the freedom of like being a mage or a warrior.
True.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you want the challenge. I'm assuming.
You know,
with an Elder Scrolls.
this is somewhat relevant. Since I played through Fallout 4 again recently, I found out that Fallout 4 is actually is kind of getting more on rails. It's much smaller, and it's just more streamlined, I think, now. But I mean, there's still examples of like open world, like hey, go defeat all the enemies in this house, wherever, and hey, great, you get a fusion core. Hey, you add it to the other pile of billion fusion cores that you don't need anymore.
But the best way to progress through the game is to follow single player or follow the storyline.
Yeah, I mean I think the storyline of Fallout 4 more than any Fallout is what you're there for.
Mm-hmm.
The other Fallout's like I mean like Fallout 3, like you could really
I care about your dad.
care about your dad, but
In New Vegas, you're just like, who betrayed me? Okay, cool. I could run Vegas. Okay, do this, do that. Now I'm done.
this little guy inside this chair, kill him. You know what? It's interesting.
Pretty much.
I found out I just did the same thing on this playthrough of Fallout. Like, this old guy in this bed, kill him. Just like New Vegas. It's come full circle, killing old guys.
Killing old guys in beds.
Oh man, when I actually don't remember doing this in my last playthrough, but I shot the shit out of Father. He was like, "Hey, you can't. You and your railroad friends are dumb," and I'm like,
I
"Yeah,
like railroad.
but we're still alive. Goodbye."
Oh God, I almost spoiled it. I almost said that too.
I killed him when I first saw him.
Oh, seriously? No shit. Like when you saw like Sean in the cage thing, you're like, "Hey, bro."
Yeah, I was like, I'm done here.
No shit.
Because I knew I was in a bad area. I was just like, huh. And then the second time I played there, I was like, I should probably.
What happens if you fucking kill him right
The
there?
whole place turns on you.
You just fight your way out? Can you get out?
Yeah, we didn't
This
know
is
it.
insanely disruptive to the story.
It's. I don't think you could get out. Like I
Oh,
killed
did
everyone.
you have to like reload?
I saved a bunch of times at that point, and I killed just about. I killed a lot of people.
You're just safe scumming your way through
I
it.
escaped. And next thing you know, I was like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't kill.
Did you guys ever take the perk that gives you like 5 times experience randomly?
No,
Isn't that
idiot
tied with luck?
savant.
That's one where you go into a building, right? Like you just wait till that triggers and then you just go and do a bunch of shit.
Well, you can.
I heard people doing that.
Yeah.
You can save scum it, yeah. So here's what I did. I took that all the way, and I would drink heavily so that I could lower my intelligence to make it proc more. And I'm still not entirely sure. It seems like it does proc more when you lower your intelligence.
Yeah, so it's idiot savant.
So what I would do is I would try to like save scum quests, and so I would take a quest. Normally it gives you like a larger quest might give you like 400, 500. Well, I do that until it gives me 5 times experience for the quest, and I would take like 2 levels, another 2 levels, another 2 levels. Just
It's pretty smart.
by the time I like ended the main story, I think I'm like level 45 now. And it doesn't seem to be stopping. Like, I got the perk that gives me like 3 times experience for killing enemies after I kill the first one. And I just go kill everybody with gung fu.
It's a monster.
It becomes real silly, like all Elder Scrolls games after a certain point.
Yeah, that's the only thing I always kind of don't like. You become a god. Like I think we talked about this.
We talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we become a god
talked
way too
about it.
soon in that game.
Well, speaking of Fallout 4, though, in storytelling, that game is probably one of the best examples of modern visual storytelling. It has to do a lot of it because everyone's fucking dead or just crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically in Fallout 4, there's a scene where you meet. I was gonna say it's in Boston, but the whole game's in Boston.
Boston.
In Boston. But there's a room you can go into. It's on the upper level of a building, and it's just, and I love it that they put so much work into that game. It's just so beautiful. and there's a room you go into, and everybody is a skeleton in it because they're dead, and everybody has drinks in their hands or like on the tables or whatever. And then if you go behind the bar, I think it's been a while, but if you go behind the bar, there's rat poison, like
dope.
under it.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no words or anything. You just know from the context clues that they all drank it. Maybe they and you don't know. Maybe they drank it on purpose because they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody fed it to them. I'm not sure why they would do that, but you don't know. But you just piece it together as you're playing it.
Yeah.
I think that's just so
They
brilliant.
do that a lot in those games.
That's
Yeah, they
Spencer's
do.
go-to.
Fallout 4
Brilliant.
is actually
It's brilliant.
It's
Bro.
brilliant.
It's next level.
Next level, Jesus.
Fallout 4 they do the same thing.
Did you guys ever play? Did you ever play survival mode?
No, I haven't touched that game.
It's
ever since I
not
beat it.
hard.
It is not fun. It is just not fun. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's what
not
I'm saying.
like difficult.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
just not fun.
It's artificial difficulty.
Like all you do in survival mode is craft a billion things to eat. You map them on your quick thing, and you constantly just like just slam the one key until you've eaten 25 mole rat meat things. And yeah, I played my melee build on survival, so that was really fun for me. Yeah, you have to hit everyone like a billion times. It's just stupid. It's fucking
Yeah, I
stupid.
figured when it was gonna be survival, it was gonna be like one shot, one kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or like
everybody.
taking a tons of damage both sides.
Uh-huh.
But no, it's completely like
Well, in New Vegas, they had that. It was realistic mode or whatever is the same thing. It's like you had to sleep, you had to eat, you had to drink, and beat the game in that way instead. And it was really there's a lot of things to worry about. And at the time, no other games were really doing that, so it was a big deal then. But I mean, I guess people are used to it now.
I would love for it to be like that, but then also for the enemies to not all be bullet sponges.
Well, you're on console or you're on PC.
Yeah.
There's probably a mod somewhere.
I can change it. I know. I don't want to mod it.
I want the game to be perfect already.
No. I there's a big thing with me, like where if I mod the game, I feel like I'm fucking cheating. Like,
Well, get over it.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
That's a problem.
So that's strange. I totally agree with you, but I feel like the PC community loves that shit.
Oh yeah, that's like why you buy it on PC. That's why I bought it on PC to
Yeah,
mod
man. You
it.
get Macho Man Randy Savage, Deathclaws, why not?
You're right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
want to be Macho Man Randy Savage as the power armor. I think that would be amazing.
Oh yeah!
Clothesline everyone.
Absolutely.
No, it feels like fucking cheating. Everything's overdone, and unless you're talking about skin, even skins, I'm just kind of like,
Nah.
I don't want this to be vanilla.
So do we all agree that I guess graphics matter?
No.
They matter. Visuals matter. Graphics matter.
Graphics don't
Everyone has that rule, even if they say they don't. And then people,
Let's play a game of Pong right now
Yeah.
and tell me graphics matter.
Okay, calm down.
This
friggin'
game is
Rick
legend.
Grimes.
This game is the best.
everyone has a preference.
I think
and a
what?
line.
Rick Grimes?
Yeah, you are. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something, there, brother.
Okay, Hulk Hogan.
Are you on Rick Grimes or Hulk Hogan?
Both. Rick
Hogan.
Yeah.
Coral.
Oh, I'm coming off the top bucket.
So, like, I think graphics matter to an extent, right? Graphics are there to pantomime whatever visual it is. So if we look at like Final Fantasy VII, for instance, when the game came out, I was asking my dad, why do their hands have blocks? Right? He's like, oh, it's just like imagine it. And then when the cutscenes played out, like, for instance, Cloud has block hands, but
Papa.
towards the end of his block hands is black.
Little claws.
So you're like, gloves. It must be gloves. And then when you see it in cutscenes, you're like, oh, they are gloves, right? Makes sense. He's got spiky hair. He's got big blinky eyes. Oh, you know, anime style or whatever, right? So it makes sense. I can still understand what's going on. I don't like when people go, give me that 4K. It's got to run at this, you know, friggin' like, you know, like what we were talking about, like this type of frame rate, or I don't even care. At least mentality.
120 FPS.
Yeah, it's stupid, or it has to have this kind of graphical prowess for me to even be interested. That's dumb. That was Crysis's freaking pitch the entire time, and the game just sucked eventually. The first one was neat because what you did. The second one, I liked the marketing behind it, but I never really got into it too much. I think I played it for like an hour.
It
and
was
returned
boring.
And like any of them.
Yeah, and then by the third one, I watched someone else beat it. and I was like, I'm happy.
There was 3?
Yeah, there was
Yeah, 3 was actually free on the PS3. Like
I didn't even know 3. There was a 3.
years
I just
ago.
played 1 and 2.
Fuck that.
And that was it.
So it was just but that was their thing, is graphics over substance. And the thing is just like with anything else, if you look at any kind of medium or whatever, everything has to coexist in order for you to get a good product. You can't just have one. I can't just have really good sound design and horrible gameplay.
Yeah, sure you can.
Freaking Battlefront. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty simple when you break it down. I mean, and I'm not trying to insult people that actually like that game. I'm just saying, maybe
It's just not the deepest.
yeah, it came to fruition to me sooner, but I don't agree that graphics and art style are the same thing. And I think people more draw a line when it comes to art style. I know we went over the definition, but like for the sake of like, if I'm so posted on your thing. Say for instance, I go, I'm building a game, right? Unreal Engine, going to town on it. Unreal Engine is giving me their base like art style, but I can completely change it, but still keep it on the Unreal Engine. So I can have good graphical prowess, but have a really different engine on it. I can make a 2D game on an Unreal Engine. So that's how you can split up art style from actual like graphical power from it. So there are two separate things. And when I say I draw the line, I don't draw the line in graphics. I draw the line in art design. So like when it comes to chibi stuff, no. 'Cause I hate that stuff, dude.
Sure.
The last chibi thing I got into was SD Gundam, and that was barely because I liked Gundam. I was like, other than this thing sucks. And I had the guys too. I had some of the guys too, and I remember just being like, why can't they just not have big heads? And I think then my hate was harboring and growing in me.
Yeah.
So when I see chibi now, I'm like, I'm done.
Cheese?
I hate it.
Release your hatred.
Or like I had a hard time with like if we're thinking like art design with One Piece, because everyone was so tall and lanky, and I was
Fucking
just
hate
like,
One
whoa.
Piece.
I can respect it for what it is. I'm just probably never gonna watch it.
Fuck that series.
It
But
seems like anime crack. There's some.
there's a lot of filler. That's all I know for sure.
It's garbage. I hate that show.
But when it comes to
That's right.
like a video game or something, it's okay. We're in the same place. When it comes to a video game or something like that, I usually don't like have a sort of discrimination. And there's art style in a lot of games. Just about every game has an art style. Some of it is, we're trying. Like if you look at Gears, right? Gears 3 from Gears 4. No, Gears 2 from Gears 3. Gears 2 is pretty much more like Gears 1, where everything's bleak. Gears 3, hey, look, other colors. And then Gears 4 right now getting ready to come out. They're like, there's grass here,
Yeah.
trying to
The
throw-
world's coming back to play.
The world's coming back to play. Oh, monsters!
I'm actually getting kind of pumped for that.
really.
For
I
Gears 4.
told Matt that we were gonna pick it up and run through the campaign.
It's definitely an experience I'm not.
I better be JD. I'm gonna be upset. If
Oh, wait,
I'm
there's a
not
guy named JD.
His
in
name
it?
is JD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Is he also the kid? Is he also the boy?
Not
Like
quite
JD
like
from
me.
Scrubs.
He's probably
Yeah.
350 pounds of muscle.
pretty much.
Like
How old are you?
Gorilla-
I'm 18,
Yeah.
Dad.
Gorilla Men.
yeah.
They're not even humans.
Yeah.
But
It'd be great if there was lore to explain that.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so huge?
This is a normal human being. You guys are just. Are you guys pumped with their alien blood?
Yeah.
They should put like a normal person next to them.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck is this?
but I can't. I also can't be that kind of guy like when you were talking about those 8-bit elitists, where if a game, say I'm looking at Mortal Kombat Shadow Monks, right? The game hasn't aged well. That's okay. But for what it was at the time, I can respect it and I can understand what it was then. So I'm not going to suddenly discriminate against the graphics. That's what they had to work with at the time. There wasn't a better engine in place, and if there was, they didn't have the money for it, or they didn't have the manpower for it.
Right.
Something, people who just like kind of go like, oh, it doesn't look this good, or it doesn't look like the 8-bit I'm used to. It's just dumb to me. It's stupid. It's what it is at the time. If you can't enjoy it like that, then gaming isn't the problem. It's something bigger going on in your head.
I don't know. I think there's something to it though that in my head I've played so much of maybe post SNES that it is very, very difficult for me to get into a game just from looking at it on the outside.
Well, yeah. So you brought up Metal Gear Solid, and I'd have a hard time with Max Payne because that dude is just ugly, and he's just the whole time.
Yeah, can I ask you this?
Compared to compared to Max Payne
I'm sorry,
3.
I thought you were done.
Could you let JD finish a goddamn sentence? Is that okay, Rosie?
No, it's actually not.
when we have a more like functioning like face and all that stuff on Max Payne 3. But at the same time, and I agree with you, because I went through and I played all the Metal Gears again, and it was a chore. And going into Metal Gear 1, or Metal Gear Solid 1, and being like, oh my god, like, not only just gameplay wise, because I was sheltered, you know, because we did chronologically from like the system or the timeline. So I'd done Metal Gear Solid 3, and then I go into 1, and I'm like, this isn't the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
Or
the
line of
difference
sight
between
rules.
those two games.
Yeah, it's
Night
huge.
and day.
But at the same time, if I can make out what's going on, I can get an idea of what's going on. Yeah, I can go back and play Final Fantasy VII. I can play freaking Chrono Trigger or whatever, because I can at least see what's going on. It's when everything gets a little skewed and looks completely just awful. Like if you've played the original E.T. on Atari, you don't know what's going on. You don't know where you're at. That's just about any Atari game, really. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you're at. That's where I draw the line.
You don't know what's going on in Bonk?
Oh, it's bonk.
It's an Atari game.
No.
So you're
What about
cave
Joust?
hand.
I didn't play it. We had it at the.
So
but I didn't play
those
it.
older games succeed with
Well, he has
simplicity.
something to say.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
No,
Spencer.
go ahead, Rosie. You look like you're going to say something.
I'll
really
go ahead.
interesting,
I'll go ahead.
Which surprised
Go
me.
ahead, Sean.
I don't want to go ahead anymore.
All right, Spencer, go ahead.
I was going to say, those older games...
All right, let me
Wait,
see.
let JD go ahead.
JD, go ahead again.
Say your
That's my
topic.
point.
Go ahead, Rosie.
No, so I was just gonna ask, just a quick question: has there been a game recently that you have not picked up graphically because you thought it just didn't look good? Because I know I see a lot of this a lot of times where it's like people don't want to play like what's that game called? The Witcher. No, not The Witcher. Fuck. Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
There
Watch
you
Dogs
go.
still
It
looks
looks?
fine for what it.
Yes.
The newest
what it
Watch
was.
Dogs?
No, no,
How
the
about
last
that
one.
one
Oh, the last
It's the
one?
newest one because he's black. I'm sorry. More racist.
How about that one game that
You don't matter.
It don't matter, cuz.
So psyched for on Wii U. What was that game called again?
What is it?
Xeno Saga?
Xenoblade?
Blade Chronicles.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah,
You
fuck
bought
that.
it?
I bought it.
How am I the one filling in the name for you?
Yeah.
Xeno what?
I want to forget about it.
Yeah.
Because it haunts me to this day.
You were almost there, and then you brought it up.
I hate that goddamn game. It looks like shit.
But I think the problem with that one is, didn't they tote that they were doing all this crazy stuff graphically with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it
was
got
the
hyped
problem.
up pretty far graphically. And I think its style worked for what they had on the Wii U, but it would have been better suited to be on like a PS4 or an Xbox One. Something that could pump out the graphics they needed, because the Wii U is just not capable of that.
Right.
So they made it look good from a Monet perspective, where everything looks
Yeah.
cool in a distance.
Yeah.
But when you look at things up close, it might as well be Phantasy Star Online.
Don't say that.
And that's.
I mean, but like it might as well
I'm
be
just joking.
a GameCube game with lower textures.
If this message.
if graphics are reflected in the gameplay, then I think I have more of a problem. Because, like, for instance, Sean and I both know when Dark Souls 2 was coming out, and they were like, oh, it's going to be dark, and you're going to have to figure out if you're going to use your shield or a torch to navigate some of these areas, and then the game comes out, and you can just up the brightness.
One area.
You don't even have to deal with it.
Needed a torch.
Yeah, you didn't even need it. Well, I mean, in the DLC, they tried to do a little more, but it still didn't matter. At that point, your brightness is already so high, you're like, oh, good, I can still see. You know? Then I'll get
brightness
pissed off.
stat.
Yeah, right.
brightness.
I'm a brightness build.
Yeah.
I'm more of a
but
gamma
better.
build. Yeah,
Because I can actually see it.
Those dark
Believe
areas
it.
I can now see.
Yeah.
Through the
Skills.
darkness there is light.
But for that stuff, it's fine. You know, like I can go back and I can play the first Devil May Cry, even though it doesn't look all the best or whatever. I'll still play it.
But what about a game that you didn't play?
What do you mean? There,
Because
there
some of the-
hasn't been a game I did not play because of graphics.
But what if somebody presented you, like, you have two choices. You can play this really good looking PS4 style game, or you can play a really like an NES game that you're not familiar with. So it's not like Zelda, not Mario or anything. Which would you immediately pick? 'Cause I think it's clear we'd probably pick the PS4 one.
I could pick a PS4 game. That just,
PS4 looking quality. You don't know anything else about the game.
PS4 looking quality game, or I can play N6. Where's the cutoff? Is it just purely on the graphics? Because at that point, that's not telling me really anything. I'm just going, oh, graphically, yeah, sure, fine. I'd pick the PS4. But if we're talking about, am I picking the PS4 game that has like, I don't know, it's like a
Worst gameplay?
straight steroid? Yeah, where's
We
the?
don't know yet.
Well, that's not
If
fair. You're gonna.
That's not really
obviously,
telling me much, is what I'm
Not
saying.
fair.
Because here's the thing is I can't just look at a game and then suddenly I'm having fun. Gameplay has to be attached for me to
Right.
to
Right,
make
right.
that decision. I
If you
can't
ask
just
me,
say that
if
off
you
of
ask
that.
PS4 with worse gameplay or N64 but it runs smoothly, I'm gonna pick the N64.
Sure.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that because okay,
Or there's
I,
better
I,
games,
I told
too.
Spencer, okay, Lords of the Fallen is free this month on PS4.
Oh boy.
That game is awful, but it looks decent, right? If I had to choose between playing Lords of the Fallen or Chrono Trigger after we just gone through it, I would pick Chrono Trigger because Lords of the Fallen is boring as fuck. Holy
You
shit!
ever played that one?
I have it. I don't.
It's free, right? You got it for free.
It's awful.
No, my ex's brother gave it to me.
Oh,
Because he didn't want to play it.
Because he didn't like you, obviously.
Probably.
it's the American Dark Souls.
It's the American Dark Souls, and they fucked that up.
He like gave it to me and said, "It's alright. You can play it if you want." And I still haven't played it. I have no interest in playing
Yeah,
it.
don't delete it. Because here's the thing: is let's do a better example. Let's do Baldur's Gate, a game that I know is relatively decent. Vice, freaking Lords of the Fallen. Which would I pick?
Don't speak ill of the game.
I'm not doing it.
Which do you think I'd pick?
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Yes, exactly. Because I at least have the confidence in knowing that the game. If I didn't know about either one of those games going into it, right, and they're like, "Oh, this one's an American Dark Souls. It looks better." Vice this game, which people have already said is a decent game, I would go after Baldur's Gate because it's turn based, right?
Is it, isometric.
It'd be like KOTOR.
It'd be like KOTOR. I'd be like, yeah, I'd play KOTOR 1,000 times over playing like fucking I don't know the new like Call of Duty or something like that because I just have more fun that way. Graphics are irrelevant to me. It's all about the experience, and if it's an experience that I can sort of quantify and then kind of make the assessment based off of that, then yeah, okay, sure. But graphics are irrelevant in that decision, is what I'm saying.
Because I can't play a game solely off of graphics. You can't play games solely off of graphics. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You finally
Just
brought-
look at Crysis.
Yeah.
If you want proof, look
It's
at
the
Crysis.
experience.
Right.
The entire
They're
experience.
like, we're the Halo killer.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What? Halo was doing bad, and it was still doing better than Crysis.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's gonna market themselves into the graphics. Rosh the Old Hunter says, "Oi, graphics. We must be French.
Oi.
We.
It's Oi.
Oi?
Oi.
He's saying
Oi.
oi? Okay.
We is O-U-I.
Oh, okay. My bad.
God damn.
Graphics are for whores. Sorry, I'm not French.
Graphics are for whores?
Are for whores. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're all whores because we do need some form of graphics. It's just, it shouldn't matter that much. It shouldn't matter to the point of determining whether or not you buy a game.
I
just
think
'cause it's
in a lot of
graphical
ways,
fidelity.
I think the more casual gamers that do consoles are kind of leaning towards the graphics. That's
No,
kind of what I've noticed.
It's kind of odd when you say console gamers and graphics. Because at that point... go
well, they're
PC.
also no, but what we're
You know
saying
what I mean?
is as a
Well, we. Speak for yourself.
So, okay, what I'm saying is we. What I'm saying is the console gamer that's a lot more casual that basically bought his console because his friends are playing Call of Duty on it, and it's all like a slightly cheaper alternative for instead of getting a PC because they're just gonna get like the one game. I think they kind of need the graphics because they're not necessarily as in depth with game mechanics and stuff. So for them, it's more like this game looks really cool.
And when they realize...
Call of Duty better look better than the last Call of Duty.
And when they realize, man, this game looks great, but really they're praising
You
the
could
frame
give me
rate
two
rate.
different Call of Duties, and I couldn't tell you which one looked better because there's such a small upgrade half the time.
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
But I think they would notice it.
Yeah, I would notice.
Two people that
No, the explosions don't look that way in this one.
I noticed.
Listen, guys, the way he runs is he's swaying more to the left. It allows him for a better hitbox on you.
So if we're comparing, because I'd have to compare the same company. So if we're comparing Blob Studio 3, maybe, right? If we're doing like, and Advanced Warfare was the last one.
I never touched that game because I heard it was trash, and then I read about it.
Because it was
and
Ghost,
it's
then
trash.
Advanced Warfare, and then now it's Infinity Warfare, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
Yes, sir.
I could tell you between Call of Duty
But
and the
Advanced
redone
Warfare,
Call of Duty 4.
Advanced
like,
Warfare, was by Sledgehammer though, not by Infinite Ward.
Okay. So
God damn it.
this was the last one since Ghost. They've been in
Nerd.
production.
God damn it.
No,
Why did
so-
they put another
so
company
it's
into
Ghost?
this?
What the fuck is
Because
this?
we want
Swirling.
so it used to be a 1 year cycle between
Bonk both of you.
Thank you. So it once was a year. They did a year cycle between the two,
Right.
where it was
I know about the
Infinite
year
War, Treyarch, Infinity War, Treyarch. So you brought Sledgehammer in, so it could be a 2-year cycle, so they can polish the game and actually make it.
Wait, they
more
were
seasons.
thinking about polish? What the fuck?
This is awful.
Well, that's the thing. It's like when you're rushed to do a game in 2 years, every time you put out a game, as soon as they
Your
put
shit's
out
all
a
the same,
game,
pretty
Hey,
much.
you wanted to work there, didn't you?
oh, what? You want to work there? Who
No.
want to work there?
No, I'm
did?
talking in general.
He's saying the people that work there chose to work there. So
Oh.
they have to make it.
You did
Well,
choose
but
to?
I think a lot of them are aspiring to be something.
It won't happen. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
they went to the wrong company.
become an indie developer or something because they don't care about your creative differences.
Yeah. Rosh says, let's be honest, we do need like somewhat okay graphics, but shouldn't be the main focus.
Isn't that what I just said?
It's part of it.
Oh yeah, we talked about
It's
that.
part of a larger picture.
Yeah,
Right,
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
It's
about that. We talked about,
contributory.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
like-
like if there was a percentage of focus, what do you think is ideal?
What?
Like I guess you got like gameplay, sound, and then graphics. I guess I don't know. I'm sure there's more to it.
Gameplay, sound, graphics. I would.
Story maybe.
Yeah, story does fall into it. Story is probably on the lesser end of the ratio, but it's still there because you don't need a story to have a good game.
That's true.
That's true. No, I'm saying
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you were like,
Gameplay
no.
is-
I was like,
is king.
dude, that was
Gameplay's
so-
gotta be
No, I
at
was
least
thinking, I was like,
50%.
I
Yeah.
think 50 to 60% is gameplay, and then maybe graphics is 30.
I would
I
say
think-
art direction is higher than graphics because you can have really average graphics, but like if you're comparing Wind Waker to Twilight Princess, it's
Wind
Waker
it's
destroys
what's,
it.
what's-
Wind Waker.
I'm not even talking gameplay wise. I'm just talking about how it looks.
Right, right.
Technically, Twilight Princess is on a more powerful system, but
Oh,
the
okay.
GameCube version of it has art direction, which does lend itself to a different kind of experience. You don't
I'll
want
tell you like
gritty
this,
all the
man.
time. Sometimes you just want something that looks kind of go.
As good as games are, I feel like people will forget about Twilight Princess.
I still
I
like.
There I
about
said
it.
it. There I said it.
I still like Twilight Princess. That's
I
probably
said it.
my
I still
favorite.
gotta beat it. I got it on the Wii U.
It's probably one of my
Still gotta power my
favorite Zelda
way through
games,
What?
just because it was my first Wii U game or Wii game, and I don't know, bought it myself, had a lot of fun, played through it. It was like my first like real my own entirely purchased kind of thing. That and Wii. So yeah, it's got some nostalgia in my head. Plus, fuck the spiders at the beginning of the fucking first dungeon. These guys are assholes.
I would still say Wind Waker looks better than that game.
Plays better.
Well, at that point, that's where you get into like the whole like okay.
Just through age.
Well, yeah, because
at
art
it.
direction lasts longer than graphical.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if we're looking at it like that, absolutely. That's how it's
But-
always gonna be.
But when I'm playing the Twilight Princess now, I know they had the HD, but they also I have the HD remake of
When
Wind Waker as well. Twilight Princess still looks good,
no, it's not bad.
Yeah.
and there are many stylistic tweaks to that game that are timeless.
Are we gonna if we're gonna talk about graphics, can I tell you something?
No.
We're not here. to
Elder
talk.
Scrolls. When we're gonna bring it back there. How everyone was like, "Man, Elder Scrolls looks like the greatest thing ever." Oblivion's like
I thought
But
Oblivion
in-
looked awful when I played it.
the first time you played it.
Yeah. I was a little late to the party. But
Ex-
still,
oh, see.
I was like,
Oh, because you played it.
But see, that's actually a good point though, because you played a game that actually looked probably better than that at that point.
well,
Graphically.
it wasn't that. It was. I think I just had a problem with the faces. Like when same thing with the first Dark Souls, and I had that right when it dropped. I was like, these guys are all fucking ugly. Like, you know, your
Wow,
creative
you
character
are
is
real-
fucking
Well,
just.
faces in Dark Souls
So what?
games. Faces in Dark Souls games are never.
You
I
can't
mean,
make
Bloodborne's not bad. Like,
Bloodborne's real bad still.
No, it's fine.
not. It's okay.
yeah, it's okay. 'cause
It's
I mean-
not fine.
And they also
It's-
they also
it's
don't
not-
move. They also don't move their mouths when they talk. At least the characters I've seen.
Yeah, no one does.
Oh, you mean the NPC faces? Or
Yeah.
the character faces?
I was talking about the character faces.
Dude, character faces are a nightmare in that game.
No, they're not compared to
Ooh.
other ones. Yeah, no,
I see what you
they're
did
not.
there.
Oh, you're stupid.
Nightmare.
You're stupid.
in
one
that game.
Well, Nightmare Slain, okay, it's okay. It's not awful. It could have been better, but like the first, like you look at compared to Demon Souls,
Oh,
you got
yeah.
real Nightmare fuel.
I
You
think
compare it to the first Dark Souls, Nightmare fuel.
Dark Souls 3 though, they up their face game.
He's actually
Take
being
it
a
up.
black guy. In Dark Souls 3.
You're a black guy in Dark Souls 3?
Because they go like if you change the skin tone, they turn like green. Or
Yeah.
something. You're like, that's dumb.
I do that a lot. I do like green and red characters.
Freakish monster.
I think in I want to say in Dark Souls.
Saint Nick.
You darken the skin and horns just pop out from the forehead. It's like,
Whoa!
like you can't change that.
He gets a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Just like,
He's just slowly
what is
reaching.
that?
Dark
Grape drink
Souls,
is a shield.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2, my character was like a bright red female, with yellow eyes and white hair. I'm like, dope. Duh. We're done here.
Classic.
Yeah.
I made fucking Scar in Bloodborne recently. It's my last character I made.
From Lion King?
No, Scar from Full Metal.
Oh,
Like
Oh, really?
I made the scar big enough, the X scar big enough so it goes across his eyes. And I tried to make it exactly like I was looking at a picture of my other monitor of Scar, and it's not
Passable?
perfect.
Oh,
It's not
Scar.
perfect, but it looks like him.
Scar.
No, it's not Scar.
No,
Scar
Scar.
from Full Metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
you ever watch that?
Just
No,
just
no.
shut the just shut the fuck up.
Because I thought he was
Yeah.
I thought he was making a Lion King reference.
no,
What is
Yeah, I
it?
made
He
him
does
like
have a
lion.
scar, but it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
the one-
anime, dude.
It's anime.
Scar.
Sorry, buddy. We don't do.
Weeaboo bullshit is what it is. Yeah, I said it.
Anyway,
What does that even mean?
when Spencer can't relate to something, he just goes dismissive.
Yeah,
Just fuck it,
real
it's
piece
done.
of shit.
I'm here to shut it down.
I don't like this.
Bring you back to
Shut it
reality.
down.
There's this dumb chick at my work that's like, you need a girlfriend. It's like, because I was talking to someone else about video games. She's like, you need a girlfriend. I'm like, I just got out of a relationship. And she's like, you need to get another one. So is that gonna being with someone?
Did she turn over
Wait.
and like put her butt at you?
Why? Wait. So you need a girlfriend because you play video games?
Yeah.
Oh, she said
JD, you're such a fucking nerd.
I know, right?
You need a
I was like, you are seriously the most you are ancient to
Yeah.
tell me that I need a girlfriend just because I'm playing video games.
How old is she?
She's like in her 50s.
Oh, now it makes
okay,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was
Did you like turn to her, whisper in her ear that she could be your next girlfriend?
no.
Whether she wants to or not?
Because I'm pretty sure I'd get in trouble with HR, who's literally right across there.
Tell her.
JD told you not to say that stuff.
Yeah. We told you.
JD, you gotta reduce the amount of rapes. It's already real high.
It's like a quote unquote
Yeah.
day since rape.
Yeah.
Since last JD rape.
Yeah.
Back to zero.
He's hungry.
We were doing so good.
He's the blood-starved beast.
The rape star.
But yeah, she said that to me, and I was like, so you judge the quality or the what's the overall word? The
Lifestyle?
the something of a man. The worth
value.
of a man.
The value.
sure.
By who he's with. I'm like, that explains why you're divorced. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't going to.
Well, it's that old style too. It's like the old guard of like, if you're over 40 right now, and if you tell someone over 40 that you play video games, they're like, you fucking nerd.
If they're not into them themselves, you're
It's like, bitch, I will kill your ass. I'll fucking take you down right now. Fucking,
After they said that,
RNC your ass, dude. You don't know anything about me,
Then
bro.
they're gonna call Jason.
After they said it though, did he just like skate off in his
Call
skateboard?
Jason. I'll beat his ass too.
Jason on speed dial.
No, yeah, it's that old guard of like, you play video games, so you must be a nerd, not realizing that every fucking buddy plays video games now.
Yeah.
They're well-rounded individuals out
yeah,
there.
because she was like, oh, and
Then she goes to play Candy Crush.
Yeah, exactly.
well, she's really stuck in her ways, stubborn woman, and I remember I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, oh, so I need a girlfriend now because I play video games. I'm like, do you realize how much more money the gaming industry makes than the movie industry? But I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
But you go watch movies, but I'm a nerd. Okay, sure.
Shut
All
up.
right.
Probably watched
And then
the
she's
whole
like,
time.
no, they don't. And I'm like, you're just stubborn at that point. You don't even know if what I'm saying is true or not. But
Now
you
I'm gonna
just
go-
have to disagree.
Now I'm gonna go to Best Buy and buy a CD.
Where's my cassettes?
Where's my record player?
I need
It's
this
so weird.
8-track
When I
player
go to Best Buy-
in tomorrow.
You ever go to Best Buy and you walk by like, or any of those places, and you walk by like that they have CDs on a shelf, and you're like, what is this still doing here?
I play CDs.
Best Buy's
Really?
not out of business.
They're
We've
supposed
seen
to
how-
have gotten rid of those, I heard. Like, they made an announcement that they were going to get rid of physical
they?
media in stores.
They have to.
No, there's still DVDs.
Like the Blu-rays I get, Blu-rays I get because like what a
But
bitch.
buying an album.
No, I mean like there are plans in the works. I thought.
Oh, like
To get rid of them.
They're slowly gonna be.
Well, because they're fucking. Okay, we're getting off topic. Let's dial it back. Back from old ladies who are stubborn. Back from Best Buy. Back to
Can I go back to Best Buy?
no
I like Best
graphics.
Okay. I want to go back to Best Buy.
Where we're at in
Buying an
graphics is
album.
that they're kind of irrelevant. When so long as they meet a certain point,
I disagree.
it shouldn't matter to where they need to be this like important. Because then it becomes about art style. Then, like I said, the thing about freaking Zelda. Which
I'm
one
not
stands
thinking
out more to you? So what?
I'm lumping them together. Like I'm lumping graphics and art style together.
Well,
Yeah, and now I am.
I mean,
why said-
you can look at them as having multiple facets, but I feel like they go hand in hand.
I don't, because when you're going through the engine, you have to come up with your own art style. You can't just go, oh, I'm just going to run it off of Unreal.
But isn't that kind of like saying there's an engine that can handle gameplay, and then there's the artistic way of building gameplay? Isn't that kind of the same argument?
What do you mean?
So you could say, if you wanted to look at it that way, you could say, well, gameplay needs to do what we want to do in this game. We need a strong engine that can handle the
Like a
gameplay
physics
we need
engine,
to.
a
Yeah,
Havok-
strong
a
physics
Havok
engine. And then we need to design the actual gameplay. Wouldn't that be like graphical style versus graphics?
So you're talking about, let's use an example of...
Because you're saying graphics is power.
Graphics is just purely the power aspect. The art style is
So then-
your creativity of how things look.
So then game design needing a physics engine, right? Isn't that kind of a similar...
It's built in.
But so's the graphics.
No, but not the art style. You can't just go, oh, I want it to look this kind of cartoony or something like that.
Right, but wouldn't you say that's the same... Would you then break out gameplay into two different things?
No, if
Gameplay engine versus game design?
no, because it's all part of the engine, is what I'm saying. Like, there's a physics engine for Unreal, right?
But you need the power of the engine. So wouldn't you say that you need a strong engine and then you can create, like, design the game based around that?
So if we're talking like a physics centric or something like that, where like you have to toss stuff around, so you're saying you're
You have to build
the physics engine for it.
Oh, no.
Well, you wouldn't have to build the physics engine, right? It would already be
Thanks, scroll
there.
down.
But if we're relating this to like visuals and stuff like that, no one's really pushing the boundaries and providing a crazy art style at the same time. There's an art style in every game, but it's not like dramatic enough to where it's like, imagine Wind Waker, right? If you had the same art style for that, and then you pushed it graphically to the limits, it doesn't look like Wind Waker anymore. And it doesn't even look like that cartoony thing.
Right.
Because you're going for more fidelity. At that point, it's like a balance beam of sorts. You can't have both on the same side because it's not going to look
Yeah,
like
I
how
agree.
you're supposed to. So that's why I coined them as separate things, because at the end of the day, you need a portion of it. But I think more people, like if you're talking about like a game that stood the test of time, looks better like graphically or whatever the case is, that's art style doing that. Like Killer is Dead, or I wouldn't say No Man's Sky, Beautiful Joe. Like that's an art style, and they have a base graphic engine, but like it's like a cheat code because you don't need to have your game look that crazy. You just have to have an interesting way of how it looks. It doesn't have to be amazing. So it's like,
Makes sense.
is that? I feel like I'm not answering the question.
I just think that you can lump them together, but I can see both sides of it, like you saying, because I totally agree. There's graphical power, and if you were good to go no art style but pure graphical power, it would look something like, I don't know. I think every game at least has a little bit of,
Every
of
game has
style,
a little bit.
but I'm trying to think of. I guess maybe does Call of Duty
Yeah,
shoots for pure realism,
but it does have a style.
but it has a style. I don't know.
Battlefield.
has a style. The
Battlefield
Frostbite
1,
engine has a
almost,
clear
so.
style. Yeah.
But, so I guess just pure realism, you'd say shooting for pure realism would be pure graphics.
Shooting for pure realism would be something.
Technically, it's still style too.
Yeah, it is a style in itself. It's
Hey,
realism.
just off topic really quick. Does anyone want to ever get together for like an H1Z1? Because you can do 4-man survival. Battle
I
Royale.
would bring you down. I would be the worst teammate.
Why?
Oh, I thought you meant like you're gonna kill everybody. I'm like,
No,
dang.
fuck that. No, I
could do that.
I'd be like, bro, listen. Okay, you got some more food?
I-
I'm struggling.
I played one time with this guy from work
Yeah.
because I found out he had H1Z1 and he played. I was like, oh, dude, dope. Like me and Ryan almost always win the battle royale. Like we're almost always top 2, top 3, the winners of the battle royale.
There's the one where it shrinks.
Yeah, it shrinks from like 126 people to one person.
Well, I meant the play.
The playing field shrinks.
Oh yeah, it also shrinks. Yeah, like
What happens to the world?
you fucking
get-
gases up.
Oh,
that's
okay,
it.
great.
Yeah, and it forces you to one mountain, and it becomes
That's like the culling. Culling does that too. Yeah.
a real battle royale. And like we are almost always like it's very seldom that we get killed early. We're almost always the top players. So I'm like, dude, come with us. We'll fucking bring you in, man. We'll win this shit.
I'd be more into that if it were like League of Legends,
Oh really? How would it even be like that?
like an RPG isometric.
MOBA.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
He
let's
just
get
pretty much
past
called
that.
you a scrub.
That's terrible.
What the
That's
fuck?
brilliant.
Anyway.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
Not
So
really MOBA.
So we start and like we kill a couple groups of people, and then like I go, Chris, get in that fucking house, man, clear that shit out. And I'm like, oh, I'll be right behind you. And he goes upstairs and kills this guy. I hear like gunfire. You can't see like what's happening. So I'm
that
like,
actually sounds kind of
I'm
cool.
like, I'm coming up there to help you, bro. Like I bring up my shotgun and I see somebody in the corner like laying over like a dead body. And I'm like, oh shit! And I shoot him and kill him.
It was Chris.
It was Chris. And then that's the last time we played with Chris.
Rossi Holdhunter actually agrees with JD. He says, personally, I agree that graphics and art direction are different things because you can have average graphics but incredible art direction that. goes
Yeah,
with it.
see, that's the thing.
Makes
though.
you-
We get Shadow Colossus.
It's just, I guess, how you define it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Shadow Colossus. That
that
seems
is
graphically weak.
It is a little weak, but
But its art style is so amazing. How can you say those are one and the same?
I don't think the graphics are that weak.
Ico was kind of like that too.
I think there are.
You think the graphics were weak in that game?
a
Yeah.
little bit.
I mean, they slowed down because the PS2 couldn't freaking handle it, but
Yeah.
Can
I
you
think-
handle it?
I think, like, physics-wise, it was pretty impressive. Even had the hairs. One of the first, like, games
Why are we
that...
talking about physics?
Oh yeah, hairs of the
I'm just saying that's part of graphics, is the hair physics that they had going on. That was pretty impressive. I thought.
I think that's scripts. It's not.
You wouldn't count that as graphics?
No, because it's scripts.
Hairs moving around?
Yeah, because it's the same thing as like a door opening.
But isn't it visual?
Well, it ends up being something visual, but it's a script. It's like you're going like, okay, when this door is gonna open this certain way, right? Like it
As
swings
soon-
open like this.
As soon
You
as he
scripted
goes
it to
higher in the
open that
sky,
way.
his hair is going to move this certain way.
It's scripted. It's not necessarily visual in that regard.
Well, I mean, to
Any-
me it was visually impressive.
Well,
Just like
well,
he
the
does his
end
hair.
result, yeah.
He does his hair in Final Fantasy X. I mean, it looked good. And I know there are cutscenes, but still, it looked
It did
good.
look nice, but
I don't know. It's a very tough question because it depends on how you look at
so
it.
floppy.
To me, they immediately go hand in hand. They have to be spoken in the same sentence, graphics and visual style. But
That's something we should take a look at.
some people can look at them separately.
I'll look at them separately. I'll look at them separately.
But you have to have at least some
Segregation.
graphics to do graphical style, unless your graphical style is text.
No.
or I mean, honestly, minimalism is a graphical style.
But you still have to have graphics to do it.
And you have to have
You can have minimal graphics though.
Right,
Like,
right.
you can-
minimal graphics and still
Look
make
at
it look-
freaking like Undertale in that case. Then
I already said that.
yeah,
yeah.
right. There's literally
you
nothing
still have
crazy
to
going
have
on.
graphics for it.
Yeah, of course. At the end
I'm
of the
not
day,
saying-
everything has graphics, but
Otherwise, you don't see it. There's even graphics in the fucking text at the end of the day. There's graphics in every video game.
Yeah.
Spencer, you're a graphic.
Oh, and a great
And life's a
one.
game.
Life's a game.
Life's a gameplay.
Life's a
And
game.
guess what?
It's
Your
meant to
art
be played.
style looking good with that hit shirt. You could get what?
You look awful.
Yeah.
Stop.
Stop, Spencer. I was joking.
Anyway,
Is that it?
so what do you guys think?
Do graphics matter? Make sure to tune into the comments.
Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Hey, have you guys?
What?
What's up?
We're wrapping up.
No, go
Oh.
ahead. No.
Is this gonna extend it, or is this off camera?
Nah, I mean, I just wanted to know if you guys have seen Luke Cage yet.
No,
Oh, no.
I'm watching that this weekend.
Dude,
It's good.
it's so good. I watched like episode 1 and 2, and it's pretty. It's good. It's understated.
That's
Like
good.
he doesn't do anything crazy.
And that's okay.
It's good. It's good.
So-
I'm Spencer.
I'm JD.
I'm still a bully.
What? I'm Sean.
Shut up.
Oh,
This is the Itch.
Hi.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, people.
Bye. Anyway, yeah, I'm watching
missed
it.
the first part.
I'm gonna watch like the first 2 episodes probably today, and then tomorrow's gonna be the rest of the time.
It's pretty. That's pretty dope.
That's good.
It's very understated, and then yeah, they don't. It's not like
Oh, whoops, sorry.
it's good. It's exactly how
Everything
Daredevil did it. You know what I mean? Like when Daredevil first started, he wasn't Daredevil. He wasn't. You know what I mean? He didn't have all the fucking
Yeah.
gadgets and shit. He just was some guy. And then Luke Cage is the same way.
Do they still call him Power Man first?
A little bit. I think one person kind of references it, but it's very understated. He's just sort of like